take me on a treasure hunt. I long for something new. Have you heard the fairies when they sing and dance? Oh, I wish it was me every night. When I close my eyes, I see
Hello.
Hello.
And we are doing this vlog today because we just wanted to discuss our time in Turkey.
Yeah.
So we had 12 weeks, just shy of 12 weeks in Turkey, and we had an amazing time. Yeah, it was really, really good. So the weather wasn't as nice as we thought it would be, but I did do the count. There was 22 days out of the 88 days that we was there.
Yeah, I think it was slightly less than 88 days because we came out 5, so it was about 85 days.
Yeah. 85 days. Okay, so 22 in 85 days. But out of those 22 days, only 2 days we were stuck in the van, couldn't do anything because it was torrential. But apart from that, there was long spells in between those days where we got out, we went for our walks, we did things, and it was fine. We had a couple of days where Kevin put his hat and scarf on because it was freezing, and the very last day we was there, we had a wind chill of -14. Who knew Turkey could get that cold?
Yeah, especially at this time of the year.
Yeah. So we're in March. We're on the, what day?
It's the 11th of March.
The 11th of March today. So our experience of Turkey. After the initial 3 hours getting in, and that was because we decided to go on a Saturday, and a lot of people were going in for Christmas shopping, they said, didn't they?
Because Turkey is cheaper than Greece, significantly cheaper than Greece. Everybody was going over to get their shopping and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, we found Turkey to be extremely friendly. Now, I've said it, I know Kevin was very comfortable there, and when we had our holiday there 10 years ago, I felt the same. It's probably the most at home I've ever felt in any country that we've ever travelled to, including in the UK. Really, really felt at home. They make you feel very welcome. Everything they do for you is done with genuine, but I want to help. This is what we do, like, you know, and like look at you as if to say, well, what do you expect? You know, we felt safe. Honestly, it is so safe in Turkey. You could leave your keys in your van and nobody would trouble you. Absolutely.
I mean, we have a cook lock on our steering wheel because we told the insurance company we've got a cook lock. So they said, like, you know, if anything happens and it's not on the steering wheel, we're not going to insure you. Fair dues, no worries. But a couple of occasions people were going, well, what's that? We told them what it was, and they're like, well, what do you want that for?
Yeah, why do you need that?
Why do you need that? You know, they just didn't grasp the concept. I mean, you know, it's a good. The whole point is we didn't need it.
Yeah. We're not saying that there's no crime in Turkey. Of course there's crime everywhere you go. But, you know, when I did have a look, it was places like Istanbul's for pickpockets and stuff, because there's a little bit of a drug problem there. But we saw nothing. Everybody was just so hospitable, really bent over backwards, to the point where sometimes you just couldn't get away because they were wanting to feed you endless cups of chai and that, even in the petrol garages, you know. So things are very cheap. So we was getting, when we first arrived there, about 20, just over 20.
Yeah, I mean, we got just over 20 when we first got there. After a couple of days it dropped back to 18. And it was 18 for most of the time that we were there. As we were leaving, it was coming back up again.
Yeah.
Turkey has an inflation problem. That's known. And while we were there, the price of petrol went from 13.5 lira, and the day we left, it was touching 23 lira. That's not going to be good. As for prices in Turkey, as we've already said, it is cheap in Turkey for the stuff that's made and done in Turkey.
And you can get anything made or done.
You can get just about anything done or made in Turkey. The stuff that they have to import, especially electrical items, like TVs and stuff, are no different in price to anywhere else in
Yeah.
the UK, I would say.
Yeah.
I can't say anywhere else in the world, but you know, certainly we didn't notice any price. We had to replace a couple of things,
Yeah.
and they were the same sort of price we'd have to pay in the UK,
Which is fair enough.
which is fair enough. But if you wanted any work done or anything like that, yeah,
Turkey's your place to go.
yeah, absolutely.
From things like getting your covers, your things, cushions and that recovered, curtains made. We've had a couple of friends that had body work done. We had a friend that had a mechanical stuff done and a full respray, so cheap, and what have you. And in some places they don't charge it.
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah,
what?
I don't
They
understand
feed
that,
you for the time. One of our friends, hi Janine, they were having some bits and pieces done. They fed them all day and then they didn't charge them. It's like crazy. These people can't afford to do that, but that's their generosity. Their thing is, you are a guest in our country, so we will treat you like guests. So it's amazing. Definitely put it on your list if you are into historical places to go, because literally if I threw a ball, and I can't throw for the life of me, you would come across a castle, a ruin, a canyon, a cave, some sort of sightseeing place.
Yeah,
there was so much to do,
so much to say, so much to do, so much to see,
and very reasonably priced.
Yeah,
a couple of quid to go in these places.
Yeah.
Kevin went paragliding, didn't you?
Yeah,
as you've probably seen.
Yeah, went paragliding. So if we're going to go top 3 stuff to do, mine was the paragliding, and we went up to there's a cable car, Sea to Sky, and that goes right up to the top of the mountain, and that was awesome. It was snowing on, you know, it had been snowing. The day we went up there, it was pure blue skies, and it was amazing. But there was sort of 2 meters of snow at the top of the mountain.
And what's your third one?
The third one, I'll come back to you. What was your 3?
My 3 were the Sea to Sky, the Goynuk Canyon, and the caves at Gilindai Caves. Guys, you've got to, it's just awesome. It's so big and it's like a cathedral in there. But while Kevin thinks of his third one, just want to let you know, there was no downsides. We really loved Turkey. There was really no downsides. The food was good. The food was good quality. There was plenty of supermarkets. You got the A1, you got the Migros, you got the Sock, and there was a couple of others. We mostly went into the Migros because you've got a loyalty card, so you can get points, and like Tesco's, if it's like £2 with your Tesco's club card, it's £1.50, that type of thing. Very good quality. You could get practically everything that you want. We even found Bisto, yay, in a shop when we was in Dalian. Yeah, you can pretty much get what you want. So we're going to talk about travel. I'll hand that over to my lord.
Initial, we heard that the roads in Turkey weren't great, but to be honest with you, they were better than the roads we found in Greece. And once you get used to the way the roads work, stick to the roads with numbers on them rather than names, because the ones with names tend to just run out and turn into dirt tracks. They are doing a lot of reconstruction, a lot of rebuilding. They're building a lot of roads. So we primarily went up and down the coast. So we were on the D400 for most of the trip.
And that was mostly due to the weather.
We were planning on going down to the bottom, across the mountains and coming up the Black Sea. But when we got down there, the mountains, the weather, I mean, Turkey experienced its worst winter for some time. And
that's because all the YouTubers were there.
Yeah, probably because all us YouTubers were there. So our trip over the mountains via Gaziantep and those places didn't happen. We had some friends that went over there and they got themselves stuck, and they experienced temperatures of -27, I think it was, at one night, which is, no, our van's not equipped for that. And to be honest with you,
I don't do that.
There's you know, we're planning on coming back, so when we come back we'll do the other side.
Yeah. So if we do plan to come back, it'll be autumn, but it's like September, October, November time, and then decide what. So
you got toll roads in Turkey, which you have to have a box for. You cannot. There's no toll booths. It's all electronic. However, there is a system whereby you can look up if you have accidentally gone onto a toll road and then pay the toll. I don't think I would recommend doing it that way around. I'm not sure what what the consequences were. Luckily, we never managed to accidentally get on a toll road. We set
Thank
our
God.
sat nav for tolls, for no tolls.
Just that tunnel at the time.
Yeah, there's a few tunnels that you got to pay for, and you got to pay for the ferries, and anything you do pay for is cash.
It's cash.
So make sure you got some lira on you. It's not going to be expensive. It's going to be a pound, £1.50, something like that. The ferry was about £6.
Yeah.
That's it really,
Yeah.
and everything is just so easy in Turkey.
So easy. The park ups.
Yeah.
To get water, to empty your toilet, your grey waste, obviously it's so easy. The time that we was there, we did stay in 3 campsites, and 2 we returned to twice because we loved the people, we loved it. It was such a beautiful, beautiful campsite. And the other one we just went to once, and it was a bit costly, wasn't it? It was quite windy there as well.
Yeah.
But we'd only passed that one once anyway. So I think there was 3 or 4 campsites we turned up that were locked. Almost looked like no one had been there for years, far less the pandemic, I don't know. And it didn't look like there was much going on to open it up ready for the season, which will be late March, early April. They are really gearing up for, they really need the tourism. They've had 2 years without tourism and they're suffering. Yeah. But now there's conflict going on. I don't know whether people will travel. Hopefully you do.
Yeah, I think people are going to go there.
Yeah, well, we've been restricted for 2 years. Now the world is opening up. Don't let your fears restrict you. Obviously, listen to your gut. But yeah. Anything else on travel?
No. Most of the toll roads are in this does my head. Sorry.
The European side.
The European side and the north/western side, west side of Turkey, because Turkey runs basically east-west. Most countries seem to go north-south, but Turkey runs east-west, and I'd struggled getting my head around it. You would have seen in the previous videos trying to get it. So yeah, around Istanbul and down towards Izmir and stuff like that, there's a lot of toll roads. But once you get further east, stroke south, the toll roads tend to disappear. And yeah, we just found it so easy. Everything was easy. Resources, the works. One note, LPG. So there is a law in the country that says garages can only fill up your vehicle with the fuel that it's registered for. So if obviously diesel vehicle, diesel and so on. So we did struggle a couple of times getting LPG, but we found that the guys at A-Gas didn't question it. They just filled it up. So whether it doesn't apply to that thing or not, I don't know. But
some will, some won't, and we literally, for those that didn't, we just turn around and go to the one. There's petrol garages everywhere, on the opposite side of the road, and they did. So
every just about every garage sells LPG as well, so it's not a problem.
Top tip. So if you're paying by something by card, tip them with cash, okay? If you're out for a meal or one thing or another. If you don't tip, but they rely so much on. We was talking to one waiter, and his petrol to go home after 10 days, because he stays at the restaurant for 10 days and goes home. His tip money funds him going home. You know, the rest of his wages funds obviously his utilities. So don't think that 10 lira is not going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference.
To give you some idea, packet of cigarettes is just about 20 lira, 22 lira. 22 lira is just over £1.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound a lot to us, but to them, it's a packet of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And if you put that into the UK terms, you're tipping somebody 10 or 15 quid. So you know.
So that's the difference. The only thing that I found a little bit awkward at first, but I got used to it, girls, guys, if you don't like it, then, you know, swallow it. There's nothing else you can do. There ain't no laundrettes there. Not that we found, and a couple... Self-service laundrettes. And the ones that we said, we couldn't find them. We just literally couldn't find them. One day we drove around 3 or 4 different places. They were just the equivalent of a dry cleaners, or they don't dry clean, but they'll do your laundry for you. So it's a service wash, and they can range from anything between 25 lira per basket, per wash, up to 100 per wash. And that's washing them, drying them, and folding them. If you want them ironed, we don't have our stuff ironed. It might be a bit more, but most of them, that was included of it all. It's a very good service. Literally, you pick up your stuff and you can just put it in the cupboard. They do such an amazing job. It smells amazing. They do tend to line dry. One friend of ours, he said they'd obviously line dry where there was a takeaway because his clothes smelt a bit of fat. So if you are looking, make sure your laundrette that you're going to, or the service wash, is not near a takeaway. But apart from that, that was the only thing that was a bit of a struggle at first. But once we did it...
Yeah, once we got our head around it, once we did it...
Once a fortnight, we did it, no problem.
Yeah, give it to them, go and have a day away, come back the next day.
Come back, all done.
All done.
Yeah, and do you know what? We could do a few more of them in the UK. Oh, no, that's called the kids. Yeah, so felt very, very safe, as I said to you before. The men will talk to you, especially when I'm Kevin, they will talk to me as an equal, one of the few countries that's done that, so I felt very blessed with that. Anything else you want to add?
No, I suppose my number 3, I can't, there's no other one that really stands out, but I really like the Gillandaya Caves. I felt they were really, really nice. And the Going Up Canyon, again, that was just a place that was beautiful. Yeah, I suppose me being liking the wild birds and the wild animals and stuff, we found a lack of wildlife in general in Turkey, but that's probably because of where we went.
Yeah.
Turkey's a big country. It's 2.5 times bigger than the UK.
It felt a lot bigger though.
And it's only got something like 20 million people. So there should be a lot of empty space. We didn't find a great deal of empty space, but then again, as we said, we didn't cross the mountains, so I'm guessing most of their empty space is going to be up in the mountainous regions, and when you find that sort of space, you're going to see all the stuff you'd be looking for.
Yep. So how many thousands miles did we do in Turkey? We worked it out.
3.5, was it?
Oh, what was it? Just under 4.
Oh, was it just under 3,300? 3,399 miles.
4 in there somewhere.
Yeah, 3,399 miles it was.
Yep. In Turkey
alone.
And we literally scratched the surface. I mean, if you see, I'll put a picture up. If you see where we went, like the D500,
the D400.
I've already forgotten. We was just along.
Yeah,
that
just along that coast.
Yeah, because of the weather. But they did have the worst weather for a long time, so don't be put off. I mean, there's a possibility we would overwinter there again for sure. Yeah, there was, regarding the COVID restrictions, masks only when you go into shops.
And only then in big shops, if you like.
Shops.
In some shopping centres.
They just wanted your passenger locator.
Yeah, that sort of disappeared towards the end as well. We went into a couple of centres where there was nothing like that.
Yeah.
All the local shops, when you're in the middle of nowhere, because local shops pop up all over the place on the side of the road, driving down the road. Food, fruit and veg, if you can, side of the road.
The market's amazing.
Yeah, on the markets, on the side of the road, so much fresher, so much juicier, incredible.
Yeah.
And
I've never squeezed or felt an onion so solid than I have in Turkey. Literally, from the markets, they're really solid onions. Definitely don't be shy going to the markets. They have a policy, a fair trade policy, and they have to display prices in the markets. So if there's no price, ask them what it is. There's none of this tourist, oh, for one person it's this, and they have to display their prices. Maybe in the smaller markets, not so much that one that we went to by the you know, where the flames were.
Yeah.
Weren't impressed with that, to be honest with you. That was a big climb, but not a lot. But yeah, they didn't have any, but that was only a few. But yeah, I think that's roughly wrapped it up. What we're going to give Turkey out of 10?
Easy 10.
10.
Easy 10.
Absolutely, double thumbs up 10. Loved it. Loved every single, even when it was end of days rain and the lightning was going and the earthquakes
and the thunder.
And the thunder. It was amazing. It really was. And the thing that made Turkey for us was the people, I think, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Honestly, my big heart goes out to you guys. The world can learn a lot. I'm getting emotional. I love them Turkish people. Honestly, they make you feel so welcome. And it's so genuine. I cannot emphasise that enough. Anyway, before I start bawling and smudging my mascara, we've got to get cracking.
We are.
We are in a new country.
Yep.
Where are we? Subscribe. hit that like button, ring that bell and find out where we are. You probably already know if you're following. And thanks for everybody that has followed us. Thanks for everybody that follows us on Instagram and what have you. And I hope you're enjoying our travels as much as we are. And if you are watching, look at me, I'm literally got a few tears. If you're watching because you can't travel due to illness and what have you, my heart goes out to you. Please, any suggestions of what you'd like to see us do, let us know. And we'll see you on the next one.
We will.
Take care, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.